Hello everyone, my name is Val and I'm the creator of Squeed, a metadata editor for audio files. It works in Yosemite and Capitan, and today I'm going to show you what you can achieve with this application. We'll go over a few standard usage cases, and I'll give you tips on how to achieve more with this software. First, I'm going to start by opening Squeed. Since this is the first time I'm doing so, the app asks me for a folder to scan for audio files. Now, Squeed has scanned the folder and its subfolders and read all the compatible audio files. Here we only have MP3s, but it can also read FLAC, M4A and AIF files in the exact same way. You'll also notice the scanning process was really fast. If the folder you chose has more than 1000 audio files, Squeed will notify you that this could take up a lot of memory. But below that, you're pretty much okay. On a recent computer, you could even handle several thousands of files pretty easily. Now I'll give you a little tour of Squeed's minimalistic interface. On the top, we have a toolbar with buttons for the most common actions, a status bar with useful information, and a search field. On the right, a table shows the audio files present in the folder you just opened, with tags in each column. If I select a file, the sidebar shows the metadata for this file. The first bar here handles all the text data, while the bottom part deals with the cover art. The file size and audio bitrate are also displayed. The order in which the files are displayed in the table is by path by default. I can reverse the order by clicking on the column, or I can choose to sort by another column. I like the path sorting because it keeps all the folders together. If I want to show or hide a column, I just right-click on the heading, and from here I can show and hide other columns. I can also swap them. I can resize them. And to quickly adjust the size, I can also double-click this line here. I'll now go over the list of files here and detail what I'm doing as I go. The first file is a free download I just got, and you'll see that it doesn't have all the info I would like it to have. Here we only have the year and artist name, cover art, and a comment. You can see from the tick in the output column that this file has an artwork. So the simplest usage for Squeed is manually editing this information. I see from the file name that the title must be Sense Tool. By hitting Tab, I can go from one field to the other. There is no proper album title, but since it is a free download, I'm going to put it in like this. The track number would be 1. I'm going to get rid of this comment. And now I need to set up a genre. The easiest way to tell what a genre is to listen to the track. So I'm going to click on the little eye icon here. You can also hit the spacebar on your keyboard to do the same thing. Okay, this is definitely electronic music. Okay, we'd even say bass music. I think that's it. You can see that as I type, Squeed gives me suggestions. These are taken from my iTunes library. To activate this feature, go to the Squeed Preferences, update the values for iTunes integration. You get a notification that the values have been updated, and be sure to check this box here. The album artist is the same as the artist name. As I start typing, you'll notice it also suggests the end of the word. Now I don't know the composer name, but I want to put in the label name in the publisher field. But what is the label name? I can see something written on the cover, but it's a bit small for me. So I'm going to click on the little eye icon here, and now I can see the cover in its full size. Okay, Night Slugs. When I'm done editing all this information, I'll just click on the Save button. I could also hit the Enter key on my keyboard, or the keyboard shortcut Command S for save. Okay, so our file has now clean metadata. I think it would be pretty nice to rename the file using this info that we just added. This button here is just what we need. Here, I can set up a format that Squeed is gonna use to rename all the selected files. I only have one file selected now, but you'll see later that we can do the same with several files selected. I want to first have the track number as the first part of my file name. I just click on track number, and it adds a special tag in the format. You can instantly see that the preview shows the final output. Now, after the track number, I need the artist name separated with a hyphen. I write a space, a hyphen, another space, and now I click on the artist button. Next, I'll add the album name, followed by the year in brackets. Finally, the title would be nice to have. That's it, we just have to validate, and our file has been renamed. Let's move on to some other files. This group of files here has absolutely no metadata. This is because I converted them from WAV files, which don't support metadata. But I see the file names already have some info, so it would be nice to be able to extract them. To select them, I click on the first one, then hold Shift as I click the last one. All the files in between are selected. To extract the tags from the file name, I click on this button. You see we get this familiar window we already had while renaming. We need to input the format like we just did. So here we first have the track number, followed by a dot and a space, the artist name, a space, a hyphen, a space, then the album name, the year in parentheses, space dash space, and finally the title. As I write this in the format, you can see that the corresponding parts are highlighted the same color as the button. This helps you identify if you've correctly set the format. Validate, and there you go. Since the title is different in each file, same as the track number, the sidebar shows a placeholder. Now, if I were to save now, this field would not be erased, it would simply keep its current value. If you want to clear a field, just click on this button here, and it will erase the value. There is one thing that bothers me in the files we just processed, is that the track number is 1 digit. I like to have all track numbers with 2 digits, so I'm going to open the numbering tool. I want to start at 1 and add a leading 0 for numbers below 10. I could also choose to add the total number of tracks if I wanted to. Validate, and that's it. Now we see everything is in lowercase, which is not super nice. I can quickly change the case for all these fields by clicking on the capitalize button here. I check that all the fields are affected and choose the format. I want to have title case with an uppercase character at the beginning of each word. Validate, and that's it. Next, I'm going to go and input the rest of the information. I add a cover by clicking this button here and choosing an image file. Don't forget to save your modifications. Finally, I'm going to rename those files like we did before. The next group of files only has partial information. I can filter them by using the search field. I can select them by using Edit, Select All, or the keyboard shortcut Command A. You see we're missing some crucial information here, like the track number, genre, album artist, cover art, etc. But maybe this album is listed on Discogs. If you don't know, Discogs is an online database with all kinds of discography data. To make a search on Discogs, hit this button in the toolbar. You can see a list of search terms has been automatically generated and the search has been launched. If you wanted, you could edit the search terms and hit search again. We see that we have a match. We check that it's indeed the right release. Kendrick Lamar, Untitled Unmastered, on Aftermath. It is a 2016 release in file format and has 8 tracks. As you can see in the sidebar, we have 8 files, which is perfect. If I want to, I can open the Discogs page by clicking this button here. We can verify some further information, then close it. So this search result is selected. I can click on the little arrow here to choose which info I want to get from Discogs. Personally, I want everything but the catalog number, which I don't really need. The extra artist info is going to be stored in the comments field. The style info is going to be together with the genre, and the label is going to be in the publisher field. I validate and the magic happens. You can see the cover art has been added, as well as all the other information, including the track number. I rename the files like we did before, and voila. Now I'd like to save the cover art as an image file. I can do this by checking the box in the preferences, which would save the cover when searching on Discogs. Or I can use the extract cover function. Just input a cover name or leave the default, and that's it. I'm now clearing the search. And finally, I have a loaner here, which I could probably tag using Discogs. Right on. Since we only selected one file in the table, as opposed to an entire album, Squeed displays a drop-down. We can see it gets the right track. In this case, it's correct. But if for any reason it would guess wrong, we could choose another track from the list here. We validate, we rename, and we're done. Now to finish, I want to add all these files to my iTunes library. This is as simple as clicking the iTunes button in the toolbar. Select all files, add to iTunes. We get a notification that the files have been added. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. You'll find a link in the description to the free trial version of Squeed, as well as a link to the paid version in the Mac App Store. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time for more tips on how to use Squeed.